The rain fell in greasy streaks over the dim streets of Incheon, washing grime into alleys where no one dared to look too long. Face half hidden under the brim of a worn military cap, his knuckles ached from the night's brawl. Makeshift cage fight, he'd been paid just enough to buy a few meals and forget about the debt collector banging on his mother door. Again, Jun was just another ex-soldier with PTSD and bad credit. He was precise, methodical, and nearly impossible to surprise. But lately, at 38, divorced, blacklisted from his old security contracting job, and with nothing left but muscle memory and instinct, he'd grown used to the edge of survival. He'd looked out of place at the underground cage match, too clean, too calm. When the crowd howled at Do-jun and knockout elbow strike, the man merely watched, then walked up to the victor and handed him a single black card with red embossed numerals. "Do you want to make everything disappear?" he asked. The next morning, Do-jun woke up in the back of a sealed cargo truck, wrists unbound but movement restricted by bodies around him. Dozens of others lay in identical gray tracksuits. Outside, there was nothing but the sound of waves and a low mechanical hum. He didn't pant. Then the air vents, the smell of salt, rusted metal, oil, military-grade locked doors. This wasn't an abduction, it was a system. They stepped into what looked like an abandoned naval dry dock, now converted into a compound with bright red guard towers and murals painted like children's playgrounds. Uniformed enforcers in featureless white masks herded them into lines. A speaker crackled, "Welcome participants to the Severance Prom." No further explanation, each of them was number 117. Inside, bunk beds were bolted to the floor. Surveillance was obvious and unapologetic. Reach 15 points by end of phase method. Unrestricted. Elimination is permanent. Silence hung like a blade. Dun lay in bed, eyes open, reviewing tactics. No rules meant only one rule. At dawn, the horn blared. They were herded outside into a sprawling concrete yard marked with large hexagonal zones. Each participant was assigned Zone 3B. A digital counter flashed 0 piece. A masked announcer stood on a raised platform above them, flanked by masked guards with tranquilizer rifles. You can use persuasion, strategy, combat, anything except leaving the perimeter. BN alarms blared the moment they ended. Chaos bloomed. Do-jun screams, blood, points, blinked red above heads. 570, -3, nega points. Someone had attacked the wrong person. Instant electric shock. Do-jun watched, without emotion. He moved. Fast he dodged 2 panicked men rushing each other, then helped a middle-aged man off the ground. How do points work? Do-jun muttered, watching patterns. But some fights lose points. Maybe you only gain by defeating marked targets. How do you know who marked? Movement, location, time active. He scanned the towers. Drone. Junhwa is the strongest anymore. He was still the smartest. In the second hour, he used the terrain. Moved when people were distracted, he followed a young woman who had quietly gathered 10 points, ambushing 2 attachant. He approached slowly. She turned, fists raised. "I don't want to fight," he said. "I want to survive. We trade intel." She eyed him warily, then nodded. "Red flashes mean kill," confirmed. "Yellow means assist. Stealing doesn't always give points unless it directs in." He asked. "No," she said. "But I read fast." Do-jun chuckled. "Name? Jinsi." Do-jun. They formed a temporary alliance. Coordinated movements. Baited 3 over-aggressive participants into traps. Jin. Seo dislocated a shoulder. Oh-jun cracked a knee with a scavenged steel pipe. Their counters twained the cleaners. From the tower emerged 6 masked figures in red armor. Unlike the rest, they had stun batons and permission to use lethal force. He zigzagged across tiles. One cleaner pursued. Do-jun dropped to the ground and rolled beneath a low bench, slamming a metal rod into the pursuer leg as it approached. The armor cracked. He stole the cleaner baton. Electricity surged. He disabled the visor and saw the eyes of a terrified boy, no older than 16. "You, a kid?" Do-jun. "Jin. Boy!" Seo was fending off 2 participants. She was flagging. Do-jun charged in, baton crackling. 2 hits. Jin Seo smiled through bloodied lips. "We did it." He did smile.